me here today is Fred Ernest from Newark Development Partners. We're here in a loft apartment. Fred, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me. And first of all, congratulations on your new position with the Chamber. Happy to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
2016 has been a year of incredible change and growth in downtown Newark. Can you take a moment and give us a little recap of what's been going on?
Yeah, we've had a lot going on in Newark. Well, really for the last 3 years. And this year, I thought the Advocate did a great job of touching on a lot of the developments that we've had going on with their 31 projects in December. Some of the developments, that we should mention. Some of them, Newark Development Partners had a big hand in. Some of them a little hand in. Canal Market has been a great addition. 31 West with Tom Atha's project over there with the entertainment and bringing that building back to life has been a real good development. Whitefield, with the changes we've done there, it's a great entryway into Newark, and it's made a huge difference to the west side of Newark. The new Kroger's coming on board. 21st Street's been a great addition. We have 3/4 of the square complete. The rest of that will be complete late July, early August. And then the Cherry Valley intersection, probably a huge development that changed that makes it really easy for access from the west coming into Newark. So those are some great changes and developments that have been going on.
Yeah. We've seen a huge influx in downtown housing development. Can you tell me a little bit about what has been driving that and what maybe is to come?
Yeah, the whole reason for downtown housing and loft development, that's what we're standing in right now is a loft that was done, is trying to attract the millennials and the young workforce into the area. Governor Kasich said it in his State of the State speech, talking about how urban development has really appealed to the millennials and brought in. So we know the importance of having a loft living downtown, and along with that, it helps the Midland, it helps 31 West, the Bistro, all those places. So the more people we can get living into the downtown, the more it does to support the businesses after hours, and it also helps our area businesses recruit young talent in from school and from outside the area.
Absolutely, and this is a beautiful space that we're in right
thank
now.
you.
Yeah. Can you tell us anything about anything new coming up? Any projects coming this way in 2017?
Yeah, in 2017, we have 2 projects that are going on that were awarded historic tax credits. One of them, Liz Argyle, she started on it mid last year with loft housing and commercial space. Steve Lehman just was awarded historic tax credits on the old Newark High School project. I think about 27 loft units are going in there, so that's some additional housing that's coming in. In addition to that, real excited about the fact that we're going to have a world-class developer by the name of Yarmer Steiner coming in to lead a planning exercise, and it's a strategic planning exercise for the entire city of Newark. OHM, they were the planning group that really helped us with our streetscape, and the whole utility upgrade will be helping Yarmer with the facilitating with the data collection, and grouping it all together. So I'm really excited about that project and see the planning that comes out of that exercise.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate all you do with Newark Development Partners and for the insight here you gave us this morning.
Well, thanks for having me, and I look forward to working with you in the coming year and years, hopefully.
Thank you. With me today is Kurt Harden with MedBen. Kurt, thank you very much for being here today.
Glad to.
Obviously, the national economy and the change in administration will affect the insurance industry. How does MedBen prepare for that?
we don't know what's going to happen with the change. And so our philosophy has always been to, what we say, stay nimble. So what we do is try to prepare for whatever occurs. How are we going to have an opportunity inside that? It's been really the last 8 years have been very tumultuous. And so our job is to figure out how we're going to adapt to any changes that do occur.
Okay, and what's your forecast for the survival of Obamacare?
We don't know. I know this is supposed to be a forecast, but we have such an unorthodox new president. We have such a change in the climate in Congress that we don't know if everything's going to be repealed or if they will just repeal the insurance portions of the Obamacare and leave some of the other portions in place. Something will happen. So they will probably repeal large portions of Obamacare and some of the taxes connected with it and replace those.
Okay, in your role, if you could choose how to replace that, what would you do?
Well, what we would do is focus, or what I would do is focus on the health insurance aspects, because if you go back to the beginning of the impetus behind Obamacare, it was two things. It was to lower cost and it was to increase access to health care. Now here we are. It was passed in 2010. It's 2017 now. Healthcare costs went up still last year at a 10% clip. On the insurance exchanges, the average increase that was approved for 2017 was 24%. So that's not lowering costs. So costs have gone up under the insurance portion of Obamacare. What you have to remember about the Affordable Care Act, which is what Obamacare is called, is that it doesn't just cover insurance. So it covered insurance, it covered Medicaid, which is the coverage for the poor, and it covered Medicare. It also implemented a lot of new regulations and a lot of new taxes. So what I would do is focus on the insurance aspect, because that's been the most troublesome. That is the exchanges that have been costly for coverage that really has not been very, very good coverage that people expected to have. So I would focus on that. And the way I would improve access is, if the goal was to improve access to those most needy, then simply move up the coverage under Medicaid to a higher percentage of the poverty level. Right now, you can get subsidies on the exchange for up to 400% of the poverty level. That's about $47,000 for an individual, $97,000 for a family of four. If you want to cover those individuals, extend the poverty level that they can be covered under Medicaid. That way, what you don't do is you don't disrupt an insurance and a health benefits market that was largely working for the vast majority of people who were covered under it. So that's what I'd do.
Thanks, Kurt. Switching gears a little bit, what is it about doing business in Licking County that you find most appealing?
Well, there are several things. First of all, a great quality workforce. We have a great supply of high work ethic employees. We love that about Licking County. Secondly, we like that Licking County is just far enough away from Columbus that we have our own identity here. We're not part of Columbus, we're our own people, but close enough that we can go to Columbus and hire employees there as well. The final thing is really the governments at both the county, city, village level. They're all very responsive, very pro-business, so when you need something, they're generally there to help out.
Thank you very much, Kurt. Joining us today is Nate Strum, Grow Licking County. Nate, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Taking a look back over your position, you've been here for about a year. Can you tell us a little bit about 2016 and a look forward at 2017?
Sure. I think with 2016 now fully completed, I think we can look back and see some of the successes and the activities that Grow Licking County kind of enabled in hopes of developing the fruits for 2017 and beyond. Many of these have included our travels and mission trips, starting with Dallas, Texas, going down to an aerospace and defense contractor show to talk a little bit about our mission partners here locally with Boeing and Bionetics being two predominant ones. We traveled to Chicago to the International Manufacturing Technology Show, and we met with worldwide leaders in manufacturing and technology, talking about what their needs are as a company and where they see themselves in the U.S. market. And then ourselves and a representative from the Port Authority, we traveled to Italy and Germany to really kind of explore those opportunities, planting the seeds that will allow them to come into our community, whether it's in Licking County directly or in Central Ohio in general, in hopes of spurring those activities across our region. Looking back at the businesses themselves, I think you see a lot of depth and breadth in the energy industry. AEP's growth, both in New Albany as well as in the Pataskala Corporate Park. Cody Inc. out in Etna Township and their expansion into manufacturing for their beauty care product lines, as well as some of our own homegrown talents here in central Licking County. Our real goal is, as 2017 approaches and it continues to flourish, is to really take a hands-on approach with some of our local companies from a business retention and expansion opportunity to ensure that we continue to remain as competitive as we can in Central Ohio.
Great. In terms of industry sectors, where do you see our biggest potential for growth within the county?
Within the county, I think one of our largest sectors for growth is in the advanced manufacturing and materials. We have a large depth and breadth of existing companies here locally that have demonstrated a longevity in those areas. And it would be in our best interest to further expand those opportunities and ensure that that industry in particular is well mannered and well taken care of here locally. Beyond that, I think a business sector that has gone a little under the radar for us has been the business services. So in the IT, tech, data center, call center activities and opportunities, they promote a very diverse, broad range of workers in those areas. And I think that's something that Licking County and our partners here locally can really expect to see some movement on in 2017.
That's great. In order for us to remain competitive, what do you think the community's to-do list would be as far as retention, expansion, and new investment?
I think the greatest advantage that happens here in Licking County, and what I call our secret sauce, is a lot of our partnerships, both with the public and private sectors, but especially in the higher education areas. Continuing to collaborate effectively with our partners at CTEC of Licking County and the Central Ohio Technical College, just to name two of them, is going to be a real critical element for us to ensure that we're developing the proper and most effective workforce for any business coming into Licking County. One of the things that I've been able to do when I promote our region and our communities, when I talk to businesses, is really talk about how well catered some of our programming, whether it's a certification program or an actual associate's degree, that allows them to be assured that the employees that they hire in are going to be those the most competent and most effective and efficient ones for their needs. And so making sure that those community stakeholders are at the table, as well as our friends at the private investment firm and our local bank and community lending areas, will be a critical pathway to ensure that we remain as competitive as possible here locally.
That's great, Nate. I really appreciate your insight.
Thank you.
I'm here today with Heather McClain, owner of McClain Creations. Heather, thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
Can you give us a little recap of what 2016's been like for McClain Creations?
Yeah, crazy. Very, very busy. We've introduced a lot of new products and had so many new faces coming through the door, and it's been a busy year.
Mm-hmm. Economically speaking, how are things as far as being here in Licking County?
Wonderful. I mean, I think that Licking County is where it's at.
What do you find appealing about doing business in Licking County?
Probably just the people are amazing.
Can you tell us a little bit about your plans for 2017?
We are hoping to open our second location, and maybe even a third location. We are just seeing, in the process right now of where those are going to be and finalizing all of those details. It's hard because Daryl and I are so hands-on. I mean, and a little controlling. So it's a hard thing for us to know what's okay to, to give up to somebody else and what's not okay. And we know what our customers expect, and we expect that too. So we're trying to figure out all those logistics, and we have to have more space, that's for sure.
I understand. But not all your business is storefront. You are diverse in other areas. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have several corporate clients. We do lots of things for a lot of corporations here in Licking County, but as well as Nationwide Children's Hospital. We deliver there Monday through Friday, which has just been amazing. And Licking Memorial Hospital here, and several different companies. We do lots of breakfasts and a couple local restaurants that we do the dessert menus for. We have 2 that's actually contacted us to do menus for 2017. So it keeps coming. We just need to figure out how to make it work.
Okay. Is there anything about the national or local economy that concerns you?
Locally, I think it's in our opinion, it's gotten better. It's been wonderful. I think people are more interested in shopping local and keeping it in our community, and that's an amazing thing for small business, because it's not an easy thing. Mm-hmm. It's not for the weak of heart, for sure. But locally, I think that that just your customers knowing that there's so many things in Licking County that you can stay right here without going to Columbus or somewhere else, that it used to not be like that.
So what's 2017 look like for McClain Creations?
Hopefully busy. Hopefully, new business adventures, and that we just keep doing what we love.
Yeah.
And we know that that's we're blessed to be able to do that, and we certainly don't take that for granted. So I think that we're just hopeful that we get to just keep doing more, offering more products. We have customers come in every day, and they're they want this and they want that. Well, there's 2 of us, so so to be able to expand more and to offer some different things. And Daryl and I just was talking last night, and I said if we didn't love what we did, there's no way anyone in their right mind would sleep as little as we sleep. That's for sure.
Thanks again, Heather, for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And here's to 2017.
Cheers.
Cheers.